Hello everybody, SuperTim101 here with another build review. Today we're going to be talking about the Crab 27. The Crab was a mech that was made towards the end of the Star League, and not too many of them were made, and they were one of the most effective mechs at what they would do. A lot of intense electronic warfare involved in the Crab. And then when the American Civil War happened, they were lost to history, basically. Not too many crabs were left in existence, except a bunch were saved by Comstar, and then eventually used in the Battle of Tukiyid against the clans. But today we're going to be talking about the Crab 27, and what I like about the crabs is that they have a really great front profile for splashing damage. You have sort of a very narrow center torso. You can just wiggle your nose a little bit and splash the laser damage across all of your torsos instead of easily taking damage in one or two. The problem, though, is that it has a really wide and easy to shoot side torso profile, and these arms aren't really great for shielding. So you have to be careful when you're twisting. Just twist a little bit, otherwise your whole side torso is going to take a ton of damage, and you won't be able to splash it as much as you would like. But it is a really great mech. It's because of this profile, it's pretty sturdy. It has a high engine cap, which we'll look at in a second, and it can do pretty significant damage. And one thing that I like about it is the 2 AMS here, one of the few medium mechs that will run 2 AMS. So why don't we jump into the build? So here we have, I'm going to start with the coolest thing about this mech, is that it has a pretty high engine cap in it. I run a light 325 in it, which is kind of memey, I'm not going to lie. I remember this series is about mechs that are meta or not, just builds that I like, and this one is kind of a meme. So it has a really high engine cap, which I use, and to utilize that high engine, I have to kind of cut down on the firepower a bit, which sounds a little silly, but here we are. So we've got 5 ER medium lasers, 1 in each arm, and 3 in the center torso and head, which is kind of cool. So even if you lose your arms, you still have a pretty decent amount of firepower. I like the ER mediums because they have a really good range. A buddy of mine calls this sort of playstyle the schmedium mech. Very quick, but not like super frenetic light speed. But also more range than a standard laser. Now, the Crab 27 does have standard laser quirks that are actually quite good. So if you want to move these down to a regular medium laser, you still have fairly decent range in them because of the quirks, and you have more heat capacity because of that as well. So consider doing that if you would prefer to have a little bit more brawly, a little bit more in the action Crab. Again, it can take quite a bit of damage because of its profile, as long as you're staring your enemy down a little bit more. I do run the 2 AMS with 2 tons of AMS ammo. It's a good support mech. Has room for that, which is nice. And then I run a targeting computer Mark 1. It did not need another heat sink because it has 1.69 heat already, and we'll see in a second some of the other cool things that it has. So the targeting computer Mark 1 gives it a little bit more range, speeds up paper doll data, and gives a little bit higher crit chance on my medium lasers. But it is a quick, sturdy support mech that can do some hit and fades at a good distance, stay with your team, and support them, because that's what the mech is for. You can build this mech if you drop the engine way down, something gets you more like 80 speed, 80 kph. You can put things like 5 medium pulse lasers in, which is probably more standard meta mech build for it. But I really like kind of the poking and fading playstyle, so that's what I use. Again, it's a little bit of a meme, but I really like it. Real quick, I want to talk about something that the mech has. It comes with an extra consumable slot just by a quirk. So I filled it with 2 cool shots. You might not need 2 cool shots. It's actually kind of a cold mech. It's 1.69. You can shoot I think 8 times, 9 times before overheating. So you might not need the cool shot unless you're really in the middle of battle. Now, using the regular medium lasers might get you a little bit hotter because you have a shorter cooldown, so you'll shoot them more often. You'll be in the fight a little bit more. So you might need the cool shot. If not, you can use a strategic strike in one of these spots and use that instead. But it's fun to have 3 cool shots with just 1 skill point invested. So let's actually jump into that real quick, skill tree. So we've got 30 points in the firepower tree, which looks like a pretty standard laser vomit getting the laser duration nodes. I don't need as much heat generation, so I didn't invest into these bottom nodes for heat generation, instead opting to just stop at the cooldown nodes and putting some points into the survival tree to get the 2 AMS nodes, because this is a support mech with the AMS, and as well as going on the left side to get as much armor and scalable density. I did dip into the mobility tree here quite a bit, 14 points, to get basically half of the speed tweak to get that 110 kph and a little bit more mobility. The crabs are actually not known for their mobility, but this gives a little bit in terms of kinetic break and kinetic burst, hard break, and anchor turn. Just a little bit here and there to help out those values. I did max out the operations tree for cool run and heat containment, or I'm sorry, just cool run. Heat containment went down a little bit because it already comes with a little bit of heat capacity, but I do like to cool the mech faster. So a little bit in heat containment, but full cool run. And then of course the left side of the sensor tree to get those 60% radar deprivation. You could find a spot somewhere, a node somewhere to put 1 more static sensor. In fact, if you didn't want to run this consumable slot, just have the normal 2. If you only run 1 like I do usually, you could put that into seismic sensor and just stick with one UAV, 1 cool shot, or whatever 2 consumables you'd like to play. So that is the build. It is a good support mech. It's quick, has those AMS. Because it's a support mech, you want to stay with your team. You're not sort of independent fighter. You are a shoot what your friends are shooting kind of a mech. So with that said, let's jump into a game.
Try G7, G8. We should... If there is not ambush at Gamma 8, then we can do stuff.
Shots fired, Golf 8.
Oh, it's an ambush at Golf 8, forget it. They are grouped at Gamma 8.
Yeah, Echo 6 is clear.
They are grouped at Gamma 8.
Yeah, they're rotating toward Hotel 7.
They have a scout at Hotel 7.
Target spotted.
See, just look a little bit.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Sorry about that, boys.
Welcome back.
Target spotted.
So my guys push that corner. Problem with the crab is that I can't really kill people.
Target spotted.
I guess they're all there.
Target spotted.
Try to kill TTV first.
New target
Which one is he?
acquired.
Using a Timber for last game.
Usually in the back.
Target spotted.
Yeah.
New target
Alpha in the
acquired.
open, Alpha, generous streak. Ninja 7.
Target spotted.
Already taken way too much damage, of course. There's my teammate.
Target spotted. Target spotted. spotted.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
Left torso on Juliet. Ice Ferret.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target
spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
Watch our backs, please, in Gulf 7.
Seismic on make it, Fox.
Gosh.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Legs on the Jenner, if you see it. Mech behind us, Gulf 7.
Seismic directly on me on Kid Fox. 2 of 3.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
There's a light in ND7. You want to help him out?
Many seismics on friendly Kid Fox. H7 slightly left.
He's in India 7 now. India 7, flight side.
Just drop 30 on him.
New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
What? Good kill.
Target spotted.
New target
spotted.
acquired.
TTP's moving around. Leave us. Yeah.
CTM,
Gulf 7.
TTP, Gima. CT.
Still seismic Indigo 7. Only one.
Yeah, they're all there. They're all pretty banged up.
New target
I'm
acquired.
pounding the piss out of them as much as I can for you.
Target spotted.
3000 AMS.
But I gotta get off my mountain.
Right arm critical damage. UAV activated.
No seismic Hotel 7.
New
That
target
means
acquired.
the left.
Can
Yeah,
you
but
guys snipe into Gulf 8? Because they're pretty banged up there.
seismic on me on Kid Fox.
Torso critical.
Yeah, they're all behind it.
Okay, drop there Sirek just for fun.
Left torso critical damage.
If you drop an ARG in them, I think you're gonna kill a few.
Oh, I'm down. They got one on the perch when they come around that corner, boys. Heads up. On that ND7 there, there's 3 of them on the back. There's a Timberwolf and another guy that really fucked up.
Direwolf. Direwolf.
Darrow
he's
open
scored.
scored, pushing.
The spotted mech, he scored.
Affirmative.
He's pushing Hotel 7.
Target
Target
spotted.
acquired.
He's hesitated. Ting.
Good shit, guys. Clean up time.
New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
TTP's still out there. Gulf 7 area.
Yeah, he's on the left. He's just gonna vomit on anybody that looks over.
Yeah, he lost an arm though, so. And he's CT'd.
They're all pretty banged
Somebody
up at that.
G7 sniping.
That's TTV.
G7.
Target spotted.
Seismic on me. On my right.
Dervish is there. Gulf 7, behind the ridge. Open CT. Do we have any armor left?
New target
Not really.
Echo, echo, echo.
Echo is scored. Side
Target
torso.
destroyed.
Good
Nice.
shit.
Push in. They're all pretty banged up, I think.
Yeah, fresh armor up front.
Only 4 left. There should be a Hellbringer there somewhere.
Said fresh armor on foot.
Use your thermal. Use heat vision.
There we go, Charlie.
Charlie.
Target acquired.
Center torso, Charlie. Dervish. Or Leggett.
Seismic near me.
Good shot.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New
Supernova
target
center
acquired.
torso. He scored.
Target
Kilo.
destroyed.
Good kill.
Good shot on
Dervish.
TTP, man.
Dervish.
Target acquired.
Why is
Fuck
my
yeah.
EMS not working?
Alright, guys, rush them. It's fucking. There are only two of them.
2 left. Charlie's one. Scored. Charlie scored. Golf 7, 1 mech.
Target spotted.
Yeah, you guys got this.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Good kills, guys. Good
Juliet,
kills.
one touch, one touch.
Target acquired.
It's just a mech and golf 7.
Target
Yeah.
destroyed.
Good game, guys.
Good game.
3000
That was
EMS.
a solid
Cost
game. I'm gonna
me
trade it
what?
all at the end.
30,000.
Really good. It's not too bad. 217. Not terrible. Not great.
1200 destroyed.
Not great damage, but like
Nice.
I contributed.
For the event, back to assault.
So just a brief recap. I didn't do fantastic in that game, but it was a heck of a game. It really felt like that kind of could have gone either way at any point. We were down 2, and we kept trading leads throughout the whole game. And there's some really good players involved. It was just a really fun game, a really good game to play. Again, I didn't do super well. I had kind of low damage and not so many missiles destroyed. But I also felt like I contributed to our win. I was able to kill one guy, as well as help suppress and distract other people, share armor, and do some spotting. Notice the team is really sort of the champion of this one. We had one guy that did over 1,000 damage. He really helped, but like the team worked together, or at least didn't work against each other to help this game go our way. We held particular corners, didn't push in by ourselves. That sort of thing. So that's what helped win the game, was staying as a team, even if we were split up at some points, coming together at the right points to stay as a team, not poke corners by ourselves. And the communication was great, telling people where the mechs were, where they're injured. You saw, though, that the Crab 27 with the high engine can move. It can move pretty fast and get to where it needs to go. If that Kid Fox wasn't there, I would have been shooting down more missiles, which is totally fine. It was good that he was there to shoot down all those missiles. Yeah, it's a really good support mech as a medium. You can run the medium lasers in it instead of the ER mediums for a similar effect. You won't have the range. You won't be able to sort of keep range on people. But it is a good mech for supporting. It can go fast. It can shoot down missiles. Just a solid overall mech. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Have a great day.